Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a chilling tale of terror, guilt, and some pretty incredible supernatural vengeance, all set on a late-night commuter train.
Okay, so our story actually kicks off with a number. And as you can see, it's the number 4, written here in Devanagari script. Now this number is so important because it represents 4 women, and it's the start of a truly horrifying pattern that's taken hold of the city's train lines.
And look, this isn't some random number pulled out of thin air. No, it represents a pattern. A whole month of absolute terror that has every working woman who takes that last train home looking over her shoulder.
So for an entire month, this has been the horrifying reality. We're talking about 4 professional women just trying to get home, who've been attacked and thrown to their deaths. And the crimes are basically identical, which makes it even more terrifying. And the worst part? The police have absolutely nothing. No suspects, no leads.
Okay, so with that terrifying backdrop, the story now brings us to one woman in particular. She's our protagonist, and for her, this fear isn't just something she's reading about in the news. It's something deeply, deeply personal.
You see her? She's running, absolutely desperate to catch that last train. But what's really scaring her isn't the thought of being stranded for the night. It's a memory, a horrible memory of what happened on this very train line just 1 month ago.
And this is the secret she's been carrying, the guilt that's been eating her alive. You see, she was there during the very first attack. She was a witness, but she was so scared she just froze. She didn't do anything, didn't even call the police later. She just kept it inside.
So you can just imagine her state of mind. She barely makes it onto the train, and when she gets on, the carriage is totally empty. It's eerie. It feels less like public transportation and a lot more like a cage.
And just as she's trying to calm her racing heart, her eyes fall on this old newspaper on the floor. And the headline, my gosh, the headline just confirms her absolute worst fears. It makes the danger feel so real, so present. Suddenly, the door slides open. She's not alone anymore. Another young woman gets on and sits down near the door. But, instead of feeling relieved, it just seems to crank up the tension in that silent carriage. And right here, this is the moment. This is where the nightmare she's been stuck with for a month is about to play out all over again right in front of her.
So, the doors slide open again, and that feeling of dread she's had, it just explodes into a full-on nightmare. 2 men get on, faces covered, and their eyes scan the carriage, and you just know they're looking for trouble.
It's unbelievable. It's like watching a recording of the worst moment of her life. The men go right for the other woman, they attack her, she screams for help, and our protagonist, she's just frozen, again, paralyzed by fear.
The young woman fights for her life, but it's 2 against 1, and as you hear this awful scream while they drag her towards that open door, our witness is trapped, just watching it happen, reliving her failure, completely powerless.
But then, just when you think it's over, when it feels like there is absolutely no hope left, something changes. The whole script gets flipped, and violently so.
I mean, it's just impossible. The victim, the one being attacked, suddenly turns the tables. She fights back with this, it's like superhuman strength. She throws one of the guys clean off the train and just takes down the other one. And in that moment of chaos, our protagonist looks from this powerful woman back down to the newspaper on the floor, and it hits her. They're the same person. The woman who just fought back is the ghost of the woman who was murdered a month ago. And then, as if it was all part of some bigger plan, the train screeches to a halt right in the middle of nowhere. And boom, the police rush in, like they knew exactly where and when to be. And the ghost, she speaks. Her voice isn't full of anger, it's just this calm, powerful sense of justice. She's looking right at the terrified attacker as the cops slap the cuffs on him, and she delivers her final verdict.
So for our main character, our witness, this absolutely terrifying night somehow becomes a moment of release, a kind of peace she hasn't felt in a whole month.
So you get it now, right? This wasn't random at all. This was vengeance, from beyond the grave. Her spirit literally could not rest, so it came back to this world to get justice for herself.
And it all clicks for the protagonist. She wasn't just seeing a scary ghost. No, she was witnessing the soul of a murdered woman who refused to stay a victim.
And with these guys finally caught, the ghost can finally be at peace. And our witness? The one who was haunted by what she didn't do? she's finally free from that guilt, too. The whole cycle of fear, it's finally over.
But it does make you think, doesn't it? It leaves you with this one kind of chilling question. If her ghost hadn't come back to get her own justice, how many more victims would there have been?